words of our Divine Mother. Topic: We are living a miracle. The grace is here. Our Divine Mother says, I don't know if you have had this experience when reading one of the wonderful stories of mankind and of those who came to help humanity. You have perhaps heard this more here in India than people in other countries. Those stories in which there was an intervention from above, there was one of those chances, one of those marvelous graces. And so, if one reads that when one is small, one says, Oh, how should I like to have lived at that time? I don't know if you had this experience, says our Divine Mother. I knew people who had it, and then one tells them, Well, try to imagine that you have it. This chance, what would be your reaction? And sometimes, suddenly one perceives it, suddenly it seems as if the heavens were open and that something has come which was not there before. For how long one can say, but in any case, it is one of those extraordinary moments of earth life and human life when things are not as they are ordinarily are, dull and lifeless, so one has the feeling of living a miracle. If one can keep this, says our Divine Mother, if one can keep this, all goes well. Unfortunately, one forgets it very quickly. If one has had it once, it is already something. The door has opened. Suddenly, one has felt. Yes, felt. It is something. It is an infinite grace. It is something marvelous. All those who lived a century ago, 2 centuries ago, 3 centuries ago, hoped for it, awaited it. They had only one chance, that was to live again in a new life and in a better conditions. But now we have these conditions, they are here. The grace is here. If one can manage to have the experience, not only a thought, the experience of the thing, and then keep it afterwards, then all becomes easy. Unfortunately, one forgets very soon. These are the words of our Divine Mother from the collective works of our Divine Mother, Volume 7, page 413. Our deepest aspiration and the inevitable goal. Written by Sri Aurobindo. From the collective works of Sri Aurobindo, Volume 2, page 605. Topic: The Golden Light. Thy golden light came down into my brain, and the grey rooms of mine, sun-touched, became a bright reply to wisdom's occult plane, a calm illumination and a flame. Thy golden light came down into my throat, and all my speech is now a tune divine, a paean song of thee, my single note. My words are drunk with the immortal swine. Thy golden light came down into my heart, smitten my life with thy eternity. Now has it grown a temple where thou art, and all its passions point towards only thee. Thy golden light came down into my feet. My earth is now thy playfield and thy seed, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Next topic, how to prepare ourselves to receive the new consciousness. Our divine says the first indispensable condition is to prepare ourselves to receive the new consciousness is a true and spontaneous humility which makes us feel deeply that we know nothing and that are nothing in the face of the marvelous things we have to acquire. Question, sweet mother, to allow the free working of the new consciousness that descended, what should a sadhak do? For this our divine mother says, be receptive and be plastic. Question, sweet mother, in 1919 Sri Aurobindo wrote that the chaos and the calamities were perhaps the pangs of the birth of a new creation. How long is this going to continue in the ashram, in India, and eventually in the world? For this, our Divine Mother says, it will continue until the world is ready and willing to receive the new creation. The consciousness of this new creation is already at work upon earth since the beginning of this year, that is 1919. If instead of resisting, people were collaborating, it would be quicker, but stupidity and ignorance are very obstinate. Question, sweet mother, the world is preparing for a big change. Will you help? What is the great change that you speak, and how are we to be helped to it? For this, our Divine Mother says, this great change is the appearance upon earth of a new race which will be for man what man is for animal. The consciousness of this new race is already at work upon earth to enlighten all who are able to receive it and heed it. Our Divine Mother says, the change does not need our help to come, but we need to open ourselves to the consciousness so that its coming is not in vain for us. It's an extremely delicate working, probably because it is unfamiliar. The least movement, the smallest mental vibration disturbs everything. But as long as it lasts, it is perfectly pure, and that must be the constant state of the supramentalized life. The mentalized spiritual will should no longer intervene, because one may very well have a spiritual will. One can live constantly expressing the spiritual will. That is what happens to all those who feel that they are guided by the divine within. but that comes through a mental transcription. And as long as it is like that, it is not the supramental life. Supramental life no longer passes through the mind. The mind is an immobile zone. The mind is an immobile zone of transmission. The slightest touch is enough to disturb it. Our Divine Mother says, let us prepare as best as we can the coming of the new being. The mind must be silenced and replaced by the truth consciousness, a consciousness of the whole harmonized with a consciousness of detail. Our Divine Mother says, let the truth be your master and your guide. We aspire for the truth and its triumph in our being and our activities. Let the aspiration for the truth be the dynamism of our efforts. O truth, we want to be guided by thee. May thy reign come upon earth. Question, sweet mother, what is it to work for the future? Our Divine Mother says, to begin with, not to stick to the old habits, individual and national. These are the words of our Divine Mother.
अजम शाश्वतम् अकारणम् अकारणानां शिवम् केवलम् भासकम् भासकानां तुरीयमतमः पारमाद्यन्तहीनं प्रपद्ये परम पावनम् द्वैतहीनम् नमस्ते नमस्ते भो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते चिदानन्दमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते तपोयोगगम्य नमस्ते